David Schlotthauer here in the home weather office, similar to with what I done in August here from the home weather. Well, I don't think you call this a home weather office. I'm actually not home. But I decided that I wanted to go live and talk about that storm system for the Midwest next week. I'm sure a lot of you are talking about or asking me, hey, did you hear about that snowstorm that's going to be impacting the Midwest? And if you want to introduce yourself, this is my friend, Ian. Yeah. Co-worker.
Friend, co-worker.
Yeah. And so we are here. We're going to be talking about that snowstorm, and we're also going to be talking about what's been going on with the models, because there's been a lot of changes going on, some extreme changes, some wishy-washy for some extreme Arctic outbreaks, while some runs are like, are we even going to see an Arctic outbreak? What the heck is going on here? And so, actually, let me take this off. So,
I love it.
yeah, thank you. So we're actually going to dive really deep into this, because next week that snowstorm looks pretty serious, very serious, and it's gonna happen in the midst of the month of December, of course. So actually, I'm actually on lunch, you guys. I'm actually on lunch right now, so I'm actually on lunch for another hour, or for another 30 minutes or so. So let's actually look at this while I'm at it. Oh, look at that food. Who wants a sandwich? Who wants a sandwich? Let me know. This actually looks really good. I'm gonna actually have an olive. Do you guys dare me to eat an olive? Then we'll get started. This is good. Good olives. All from Boar's Head. Boar's Head, handcrafted foods. So, yeah, this is my office. I'm sorry. It's a little bit of a mess. Got a birthday cake. Whose birthday is it? Oh, I know whose birthday it is. It's Pyro Thunder. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, food looks good though. Oh, I love their food. All right, enough with the food, and let's get started and talk about with what we might see. So let's go to here. Let's go to our precipitation forecast. This is actually on the GFS model, and yeah, we're going to be I'm going to use the Euro. It's been a little bit more consistent. What's up,
Ashley, can I see you on 4, please? Ashley,
Drag?
4.
What's up, Drag? How are you? What's up, Climate Insight? How are you doing? What's up, PayPal me? So, we're gonna, hopefully I don't get copyrighted for the music that is playing right over my lunch table. So, of course, we're keeping an eye on the rainfall across the Pacific Northwest. In fact, if we go right over to the National Weather Service, I've been having a lot of flooding up here. A lot of problems. Flooding, mudslides, debris flows. We even got hydrological statements out here for the inland valleys. We got even winter weather advisories out here for northern Washington, northern Idaho, and western Montana. High wind warnings, a classic westerly flow around this regime. We got winter storm warnings. Good golly, we even got avalanche warnings out for the higher elevations. And you know what this is over here? That's that next storm system that we will be looking at. Lots of snowfall. We got some winter weather advisories going on. Further south you go to, we're seeing winter weather advisories. That's not the storm, by the way, for the for the end of this week into perhaps a weekend. So there's going to be more problems out here back east as we get into a very active weather pattern, and I'll explain why in this second. Quiet for the deep south for the time being, but you know that can also change in the next couple of weeks. What's up, Shelly? Beck, how are you doing? What's up, Cheesy Weather? I love your name, by the way. Cheesy Weather. Cheesy. What's up, Ray? How are you doing? What's up, Weatherman 7000? So how much snow for northern Ohio? We'll get to that in just a second. So let's look at the European model. Okay, so as we go forward, this is day 4 for Thursday, December the 7th. All right, and then let's go out. This is where our system's going to develop. All right, so we can see the cooler air. See these lines? That's the cooler air coming in from the northwest. And there's going to be some warmer air advection being pulled in from the south. So let's go forward here. Sorry, my camera's a little blurry. There's your system. This one's got to be the one that we have to watch. There could be some severe weather with this one, possibly some significant severe weather. According to some of my friends on Twitter, were mentioning that this system could be the one to cause a lot of problems. What's up, Prestige Weather? How's it, my guy? What's up, Chase McLean? This system right here is the one that is getting a lot of people's attention because you got cold air here, cold air advection, quite a bit of that coming in out of the north. We got warm air advection being pulled in, and there's your surface low. And see this? I wish I can draw on this. I wish I can. But see this little S-looking kind of structure? See that little S-looking structure? That is actually a foxtail setup, all right? And when we talk about a foxtail, we're getting a lot of barotropic ascent out ahead of this. We got a lot of dynamics that we are working with here. And this would be for Sunday next week. So a week from today, we could be potentially looking at a very healthy system setting up here for the deep south. Now again, this is all over the place, and like many others, the models just are not at it, are not doing very good at all lately. And it's because, one, the Arctic vortex or the polar vortex is really weak. It is not very stable, and so the models are not really doing good at all. And it's frustrating. I screamed at myself last night. It's because, like, why? Literally, why? Why are you putting a death ridge in the west and a death trough in the east? It's like, come on. Just, like, stop, models. Stop being inconsistent. It's annoying. And so we got to watch this one. Let's go forward. This gets really, really strong, okay? Oops. Let's go back. So this is for I wish my camera could be a little bit better at this. So this is for Sunday night, okay? This is for Sunday night at around actually Monday early morning, because it's going to be about 1 in the morning for Eastern time. This is for December the 11th, okay? And this is that system that could be really a big deal. I mean, this could be one for the stronger storms that we've seen in quite some time. Last time was around this time last year when we were tracking Winter Storm Elliott. That one was a big monster. This one probably not as strong, but the pressure gradient is going to be very, very tight, and that's a 978 millibar low over Buffalo, New York. Look at all the snow coming out of this over if you're in Indiana, Ohio, if you're in Michigan. We even got a lot of warmer air being pushed over the colder air here. So areas like, say, Toronto, if you are in, say, southern Quebec and Ontario, Canada, this could really be a problem. We are talking a lot about a mixed bag of precipitation, snow, ice, maybe some sleet as well, and then maybe terrain. That really, it's gonna be a very messy system. Also for New York, depending on where this surface low sets up, you're going to get a lot of warm air advection and might even see some severe weather along and ahead of this front, this cold front. So that's the thing. There's going to be severe weather with this one, big time potentially, and some serious winds that this system is going to generate. Let's take a look at the dynamics. This is a beast and a half. Let's look at the 500 millibar layer. So there's a speed max that is coming around this. See that speed max, that jet max? That's coming out of the northwest, and that actually helps. This is a maturing trough that moves into the high plains by the time we go into Saturday next week. Now this is 156 hours. A lot of changes can be done on the numerical Euro forecast. But look at this. Look how deep this is. Very deep. Very deep. And you could even see the structure of this jet right in here. There's a lot of baroclinic. A lot of baroclinic ascent. We have a lot of forcing. And a lot of moisture advection. We got, if I can talk, southerly winds out ahead of this. Could really trigger some severe weather. And look at that jet. That is well in excess of 105 knots. That is very strong. And that moves all the way in, and it gets going. It tries, and eventually it gets into the northeast. Now, there is differences among the models on how the structure of this evolves. If it's going to be negatively tilted, we should see more of a speed max wrapping more on the northeastern side of the system. Let's go back a little bit. This was last night's run. I mean, come on. This is very, very dynamic. Oh, come on. Stop rewinding on me. Okay. So there we go. So this right here, that's the model run last night. That's a 0Z run, and that was showing more of a more concerning setup for severe weather. More than likely, because we're seeing a lot of forcing that is happening along this front, the most likely outcome here would be some very, very strong wind gusts of over 70 miles an hour easily. There's not much in the way of, there's some warm sector development. We're not seeing much of a warm front. Actually, that's from last night. Let's go to the 12Z run. So if we look at this run, actually, wait, hold on. It's actually very strong. There's a lot of dynamics. Never mind. 850 millibar winds from the southerly direction. And those are strong. Those are at 80 knots, by the way, for the south, for this east. Let's look at surface winds. Yeah, look at this. We got southeasterly winds. We got southwesterly at 850 millibars, and then turning more out of the southwesterly aloft. So if we get enough instability, and let's check our instability forecast. Let's look at dew point first. See right in here, there's some limitation with how much moisture is able to advect northward. An optimal environment would to see dew points in the mid 60s at least to get something going. There's gonna be a lot of moisture though. We got good P-watt values along this front. P-watts exceeding at least 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. So some of the storms that...
Yeah. Well, I'm just... Yeah. Okay.
There's never been a
She's
better
like, go
time
get
to
some
stop by our
cake or
Starbucks
whatever.
cafe.
Hold on, you guys.
Now you can get $5 $50 off your pre-tax purchase of $25 or more. This means
I was looking for my boss, but
on your
I don't know
favorite
who's that.
holiday drinks, bakery treats, and whole bean coffee.
Oh.
You can even save.
Hey, Carlton Sutton, how are you?
The other guy with glasses.
So,
Visit our Starbucks.
so we're gonna have to keep an eye on this. P watts exceeding about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. If we get any thunderstorms, I guarantee you we're gonna have a lot of flood problems because there's gonna be a lot of moisture that's gonna be squeezed out with a lot of forcing. Let's go to Cape though. Instability is going to be the limiting factor here. We have mediocre kind of, we got meager instability. Meaner, I used the letter M. Okay, I didn't want to say something. Instability is not really good, but the forcing is going to be enough, I think, to get at least a few strong storms along this front, and some of them will or could produce hurricane force wind gusts easily, and the potential for a tornado or two, because there's a lot of dynamics being involved. Any questions about that? Actually, let's take a look at how much snowfall we could see out of this storm system. So snow is not, it's there. Potentially 6+ inches across the Ohio Valley in Toledo. If you're going into Cleveland, Ohio, you might see maybe 10 inches of snow in the Indiana area, maybe 6 inches. Where a lot of the snow could fall is in southern Canada, like Ontario and Quebec. Boy, might see a couple of feet of snow given the dynamics that we're seeing. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, but definitely a day to watch for severe weather. Tornadoes, strong winds, very intense rainfall if we can get a lot of squeezing in the atmosphere from that. P watts by itself do not guarantee a lot of rainfall. You need a forcing mechanism, lift. And the lift is done by barotropic ascent, with air moving up actually, and a surface low deepening convergence for that to actually occur. It's also week out. I do understand that. So a lot of you that are wishy-washy that, oh, we're going to get a big storm, hallelujah on that. Don't get too excited yet. All right. If we actually, thank you, Carl Sutton, for the $5 donation. I love you so much. I really do. I love all of you guys. You guys are, you don't hear me say this very much. You guys are awesome. Some of you, most of you are cute. And I love seeing you guys on here. You guys are awesome viewers. Okay, so let's talk about now prior runs to this. This is the 12Z run from this morning from the Euro. And you can see the 12Z run actually slower. It's actually slower than it was the previous run. But there are some runs that have been really scary. I don't have one here on Weatherbell, but the 12Z run from yesterday. Wait. Yeah, from yesterday. Man, that was trying to kick out maybe 3 or 4 feet of snowfall in the Northeast. Yeah, if that still comes to pass, we could be talking some serious snowfall totals out of this. All right, I'm going to get to questions here in a couple of minutes. So we got to really watch that storm. Now, if any of you live in California, you guys are probably wondering or asking me, when is the rain going to arrive here? We have not seen much rain at all. And it's because of the pattern. I mean, very wavy jet stream, not a lot of progression. Troughs try to dip down, and then they just don't make it far enough south. So with a very unstable jet and polar vortex, this is frustrating for a lot of reasons. I mean, I'm not frustrated at you guys. I'm frustrated at the models. I mean, they're just piece of crap. They're just terrible. I mean, a 10-day forecast now is looking at the next month. It is changing all over the place. And I just hope and I hope and I hope models can handle this a little bit better in days to come, because this is really, really annoying. And you guys are in the same shoes as me. You guys know, if you guys know how to forecast by using models, you guys feel me so much on that. Like, I can see why you're frustrated, David. And it's because, I mean, come on. If we actually look at the pattern, this is for Friday next week, the 15th, right? We got a ridge in the east. We got a trough in the west. But look at this. This is the 18Z run. Got more ridging for the west, right? And more troughing, okay? And let's go even further back. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. So we just don't know. Maybe you guys could try to change the models up. Maybe try to manipulate them. So, let's see if we got any questions here. This far out, we have to just look for the signals. Even ensembles, I mean, they're going all over the place. If we actually look at the ensembles, I mean, I would use the ensembles. Probably a little better outcome with that than actually using deterministic model outputs. This is actually Friday morning next week. Okay, the 15th. Most of the ensembles do indicate this is a GEFS, by the way. This is not a deterministic. Wants more ridging for the east. And even so, this is changing quite a bit. I mean, when you see changes like this, it's really annoying, especially now that the trough influence doesn't seem as impactful for the west. And it's kind of like we had it and we don't have the ball. It's kind of like a football game. We have the ball, and then the GFS kind of fumbled and messed with the pattern a little bit, and now we're just kind of stuck, and we'll just have to wait for what the 0Z shows. Most likely the outcome here is a lot of ridging for the east, and that's going to really mean a lot of warm temperatures. I mean, come on, folks. This is ridiculous. Temperatures in the Midwest, Southeast, and the Deep South could run almost 40 degrees above normal for mid-December. I mean, come on. Crapomola GFS.
With Lake Candles offering a variety of festive fragrances. Keep your surfaces sparkling clean with Clorox Clean Up Cleaner. Effective and easy to use.
Maybe Prestige Weather knows why. Maybe Prestige Weather knows exactly why this pattern is the way it is. Why are the GFS models going all over the place at like 7 to 10 days out? I mean, we would think we have a good signal on things. I know it's because of the polar vortex. It's really weak.
Straight out of the oven. We make our bread from scratch every single morning and bake loaves throughout the day. Our bread is guaranteed hot between 4 and 6 p.m. or it's free.
Here's my Fuji water. Bless me. Here's my Fuji water. Fuji. I'm live right now, Ashley. I know, I'm not. Well, I'm live today, you guys, because Sundays are really tough. I might be doing this every Sunday because we always like to go out to eat now after church. And the thing is, I work on Sundays at 3 o'clock, so I don't have much time once I get home. So I actually end up going live. I'm going to see if I can go live on Sundays at my lunchtime. Sunday streams. Fiji. Did I say Fuji water? Fuji water. Sorry if I said that. Fiji water. Heidi, no. I got the exact same haircut yesterday. Really, Troy? Really? You must be twins. No, I'm just kidding. But, good grief. Look at the pattern next week. Or not next week. This is the 16th. Actually, very late next week. So if you all were wishing for cooler air, some of you might get it, some of you might not get it. Looks like for the west, though, definitely going to be a cool weather pattern. Do you believe in the subjective bias that the GFS has? I think it's called... We Like to Party, that's their name. The GFS has a drunk bias, I think. It's just all over the place. I mean, look at this. Look at the difference. I mean, this is so stupid. Look, come on. Temperatures here would be 60 degrees below average. If that panned out, some areas would have temperatures as cold as negative 50 degrees in Montana and Wyoming. But look at this. Where did the cooler air go? It's cold, but not as cold. So we'll have to see if that verifies. No, please, not more heat. Well, you asked for it, Storm Chaser Griffin. Who likes this? Who likes the warm weather for the Midwest? Who likes the warm weather for the West, or for the East? I meant for the Midwest. When will the Pacific Jet slow down? When will it slow down? We like to party. It's already slow enough. Well, depending on where you're at. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, might be a different story. But yeah, let's see. When will the jet slow down? I mean, this is a very awkward pattern right here. This is so awkward. You got a ridge. You got split flow going on. That doesn't make sense over the Pacific. Maybe I have to blame it on some of you as viewers. You guys are causing this wild weather. Maybe you guys wanted it warmer winter this year, so now the pattern has to readjust. Maybe it's like, you know what? We'll let the viewers get what they want with warmer weather. There's not going to be any cold weather this year, but now it affects the polar vortex. No, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, cheesy weather. You're the sun, right? You're the sun. You're the star. Yeah, cheesy weather, you guys, is the sun. He likes to be called Sun, so like S-U-N, sun. He's causing global climate change. I mean, this is unacceptable. The way the pattern's behaving, absolutely unacceptable. I mean, you got really warm Arctic temperatures. Even in the high latitudes, really warm. But there's other areas that are much cooler, like our area and also over the Pacific. I just cannot just out of control. This pattern needs to stop. Is the weather being influenced by the El Niño? Partially, it looks like it. It's not your fault, but you're blaming us. Okay then, David. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you all. If you guys like the warm weather, then maybe the model is listening to you guys. Maybe it's like, you know what? We'll give the Midwest some really warm weather this year. No winter for you guys. How long are we, El Nino? Well, let's take a look at El Nino really quickly. Oh gosh, I have like 5 minutes. I have to go back on the sales floor. Not going to get in trouble. Here is El Nino. Here is El Nino. And you could see how it has progressed. And so that, see, I don't understand. You have the El Nino there, but why is the pattern not reflecting that? I mean, we're looking good overall. Maybe it's the warmer than normal water up here. Because of, again, because of cheesy weather in the chat. Because of him, the oceans are warmer than they should be. This is not fair. It is definitely a strong one, yes. Here's a dumb question before I actually have to go. What if the sun blew up? I'm just kidding. MJO phase changes is probably why. Pretty typical for December during Niños. Well, I'll tell you right now, Emily WX, if this dry weather pattern continues for the West for most of December, I'm going to be like, this is ape. This is BS. This is total BS. I mean, this would be the second El Nino to have very little in the way of rainfall for our area. All right. Well, I think no more questions. So, I think that's really about it. It is 7:56. My lunch is up at 8 o'clock.
I have a pickup for Denise.
So, and I'll be off the clock at midnight tonight. So I'm only halfway through my shift. Yes, you guys want to take my shift? You guys want to work me? You guys could take my shift and work until midnight.
Customer requesting service in the liquor department. Thank you.
So, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I love you guys. You know that. You guys know that. I love you guys. I really do. I will have a video out tomorrow because tomorrow I'm working, but I should be home most of the day. Actually, might not, I don't know. May have to do another live stream tomorrow. Probably during my lunchtime again. Because I have to gas up my car and everything like that. But anyways, you guys take care, be safe, and I'll keep you updated on what might be coming this week in the weather department. Love you guys. Peace out. Share, like, and subscribe, and check out my website at sacramentoweathercenter.com. It's in the description below this video. sacramentoweather.com. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live stream by David Schlotthauer. Love you guys.